Yo, so my new song Look Back is out now. I'll put it first, link in the description. Please go give it a listen, screenshot you listening to it, tweet me it. I'm going to be trying to like, follow, and just tweet at people all day, thanking them. And if you like the song, please give it a like on Spotify and add it to your playlist. It helps more than you know. But yeah, thank you guys so much. Thank you for being patient with me. Look Back is out now. Anyway, what's good, guys? It's Austin here, or Luna. Today's story time, in my opinion, is a pretty good one. I think you guys will enjoy it. Let's just jump right into it. Today's story time is about the time that a stalker followed me home. Yeah, not a fun time. The story time takes place in 2017, and in 2017, I was living out in LA and also in New York, kind of at the same time. I would go to LA for a few months, then come back to my hometown in New York for a little bit. And around this time, I was in New York. Now, I was renting a house because I wasn't staying in New York for too long, so I was renting a house for a couple weeks. So this all starts off as a normal day. I'm at my rental house in New York with a couple friends of mine. They spent the night. And I'm just sitting on my couch in my living room with them on my phone. And one of my friends, let's just call his friend Jared, looks up at me and he goes, "Yo, man." I was like, "What's up?" He goes, "My girlfriend's having a party tonight. We should all go." And I was like, "What's it for?" He's like, "It's for her birthday." I'm like, "Okay, cool, let's do it." So fast forward to later that night, we start getting ready for the party. I was stoked. It was something to do that night because honestly, I didn't have much planned that night. So it was cool that we found something to do. So I start getting ready. I get dressed up in my party attire, just ready for the night. And me and all my friends head out to this party to just have a good time. Upon getting to the party, I immediately realized there are way too many fucking people at this place. There were so many people at his girlfriend's house that I didn't recognize. I thought that it was going to be like a bunch of people that I knew from like school and just from my hometown. But it was just a bunch of people from other schools and like people that I never met before and that I just didn't recognize. I have no idea how his girlfriend knew these people, but whatever. I tried to still have a good time. Me and my friends all hung out with each other while we were there just because we didn't know many people. So at this party in the backyard, there was a bonfire. Most of the parties I go to in my area, especially in the summer, usually have bonfires in the backyard. So I go and I sit down by the fire with a couple of my friends. And there's this dude sitting there at the bonfire by himself, just staring into the flame like he's being hypnotized. He's just sitting there staring into oblivion. And I look at him and I was like, "Yo, man, you good?" Because he looked kind of like troubled. And he goes, "Oh, yeah, no, I'm fine, man. I'm just thinking." And I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, have a good think." He goes, "Yeah, man, thanks." So me and my friends go back to talking. And then while we're talking, that same dude, the same one that was staring into the fire, goes, "Yo," and he points at me. I'm like, "What's up, man?" He goes, "Yo, you sound so familiar." I'm like, "Yeah?" He goes, "Yeah, you sound like a YouTuber I used to watch." And I was like, "Oh, who is it?" Now, I knew what he was about to say. I knew he was going to say Luna, and sure enough, he did. He's like, "Yeah, you sound like this dude Luna." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, man, that's dope." And just as I'm about to tell him that I'm Luna, he gets a phone call and answers the phone and gets up and walks away. It must have been a pretty important phone call because he got up so fast and just walked away as fast as he could. So I look at all my friends, and they're laughing. And I was like, "Damn, I was about to tell him I was me." And my friend's like, "Yeah, man, don't worry about it. He'll be back." I'm like, "Yeah, for sure." So fast forward, the whole party, I don't see him again. I have no idea where he went. He must have been like in the house or something because most people were outside, but a few people were inside, so he must have been in there. I don't know. Or maybe he left for a bit. Either way, I didn't see Mr. Guy staring into the fire, aka former Luna fan, all night. So fast forward to the end of the party, things are winding down, people are leaving, everyone's getting tired, including me. I was exhausted. I went up to my friend who brought me, and I was like, "Yo, dude, can you give me a ride home? I'm exhausted." He's like, "Yeah, man, I was about to leave anyway. You care if I stay at your house tonight?" I was like, "Yeah, man, for sure." So him and the same friends that went with us all hopped in my friend's car, and everybody planned on staying at my house that night. So yeah, while we're on the way back to my house, my friend who was driving realizes something. He's like, "Yo, someone's following us." And I'm like, "Nah, no way." And I turn around and I look, and there's a car behind us. And I'm like, "I don't think they're following us. I think they're just like, behind us." And my friend goes, "No, man, like every turn I've made, every move I've made, this car has stayed consistent with following us." Now, I didn't believe my friend. I thought he was just being paranoid. So I tell him that. I'm like, "Yo, you're just like tripping out." And he's like, "No, watch this." And he switches lanes. And that car switches lanes. Then he switches back to the other lane. That car switches back. Then my friend takes an exit. That car takes the exit. And I'm like, "Okay, maybe he's following us." So at this point, everybody in the car starts getting a little bit worried. We're like, "What the hell's going on? Who is this guy? Why is he following us?" So then I tell my friend, I'm like, "Yo, I don't want this guy following us back to my house. Like, keep driving. Don't go to my house yet. I want to lose this guy first." So we drive for, I shit you not, 45 minutes. and this car does not give up. We try stopping, he stops. We try going faster, he goes faster. We take all these random turns, he takes all the random turns. Like, he was officially following us, being a straight stalker. So we're all nervous. Everybody in the car is freaking out. We don't know who this is. We don't know if it's a friend of ours. We don't know if it's someone that's out to get us. Like, I don't know. But we're freaking out. And finally, I just give up. And I'm like, fuck it. Let's go home. Let's go back to my house. And we'll see what happens. Now, obviously, that's a stupid idea. If anybody's ever following you, like, and you know they're following you, just call the cops. Don't go back to your house with them following you. But anyway, yeah, we went back to my house, and we stop in my driveway. And sure enough, that car pulls up right behind us in my driveway. And I'm thinking to myself, like, yo, who the fuck is this? And the door opens, and this person gets out of their car, and you'll never be able to guess who it is. Actually, yeah, you will. I'll give you a second to guess. Who do you think it is? It was that dude. That dude staring into the fire at the party, the one who recognized my voice and said I sounded like Luna, it was him. So I walk up to him, I'm like, yo man, what are you doing? He's like, what? I was like, you followed us all the way home? Like, what the hell? He's like, yeah man, I couldn't find you at the party, and then right when I saw you, you were leaving, so instead of running up to your car, because I thought that would be creepy, I just decided to follow you back home and talk to you here, because I know that you're Luna. Like, I realized it as I was on the phone, like, that was totally Luna. And I was like, dude, you thought that it was less creepy to get in your car and follow me all the way home rather than just running up to the car before we left and knocking on the window and being like, hey man, like, have a good night. Like, I know that you're Luna. Have a good night, Luna. But no, he followed me all the way home. So anyway, after I tell him what he did was pretty creepy, he's like, yeah man, I don't know what I was thinking. I just really wanted to talk to you again since I recognized it was you. Like, I love your videos so much, bro. I'm like, thanks, man. And after I thank him, I tell him that I'm going to go inside now and rest because I was exhausted. And he's like, yo, man, before you go in, can I get a photo with you? And even though I was pretty pissed off that he kind of stalked us on the way home, I just knew taking a photo with him would probably make him leave me alone. So I did. And I said goodbye to him and I went back inside. But it doesn't end there, right? I thought after I said goodbye to him and I went back inside, he would turn around and get in his car and leave and I'd never see him again. But no, sadly, that's not the case. So after I go inside, all my friends follow me in. They were outside that whole time watching that go down, just kind of standing on the sidelines in case something happened. And they're all like, yo, that was so fucking weird. Like, why did that dude just follow us home? I was like, I don't know, man. I'm going upstairs and changing. So I go upstairs, I change clothes into some more comfortable clothes to sleep in, and I look out my bedroom window just to be sure that that guy left. And he's standing in the middle of the street, like looking creepy as hell, taking a photo of our house with his phone. So I open my window, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, oh, I want people to believe me that I met you, so I'm taking a photo. I'm like, dude, we took a photo together. That's more than enough proof. Why the hell are you taking a photo of my house? And he just looks at me, says nothing, and then runs up to his car, gets in it, starts it up, and then drives off. Just leaving me absolutely confused as hell. So I start to think about it, and I'm like, okay, why would he be taking a photo of my house? Now, I don't know to this day the exact reason, but all I know is that that creepy dude that followed me all the way home had a photo of my house, he knew my address, he knew I was living there at the time, and who knows what he was going to do with it. Maybe he was going to leak my address online, maybe he didn't like me secretly, maybe he was keeping it so he could come back, I don't know. But either way, I knew that I had to get the hell out of there, so me and all my friends immediately packed our stuff and went and rented another house, and we stayed there instead for the remaining time that I was in New York. And I talked to the owner of the old house, the one that guy stalked me at, and I told the owner about what happened, and he gave me a refund on the nights that I had left. So, yeah, everything worked out in the end. I haven't seen that guy since. I hope I never do, because he was definitely a stalker, and I don't want to ever see him again. But anyway, guys, moral of this story is don't stalk people. Don't follow people home unless you were invited to their house. And that's it. But anyway, guys, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this story time. Leave a like on the video if you guys did enjoy it. Feel free to leave your story times in the comments down below. And subscribe if you're new. I'll see you all later. Peace.
I'ma pace on back. I don't wanna look back. I don't want it like that. I've been going too fast. All the girls like that. And the fake ones wanna see my pulse.